you and I both have very strong opinion already about the unfortunate demise of Hayden Panettiere. Uh, she was in an SVU episode in, I believe, the second or third season. This was very early on, and it was a very powerful episode. And it's like art imitating life in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think but again, I told you this when you messaged me. It isn't, because that was not the situation in that case. She was the daughter of famous people in the story. But I feel horrible about it. And I think that it's very sad. I think that it's just another tragic collateral damage of Hollywood and childhood stardom. And I think it's very, very sad. I think that people like that never have a real chance. And the ones who are somehow able to find their way out of it, I just think it's through like so many different variables have to fall in line to help them get out of it. I feel sad for her. And I think it's also very possible that this is something nefarious. Not just the typical that she was so miserable kind of thing. I mean, she's clearly on a tour for her book. She's been putting out video content and doing interviews. Yeah, I think that that's problematic and should be investigated. I think she's very young to just accept that she's just dead at 36. That's kind of young to just be like that you would just die like that.
Listen carefully to what she says here.
A moment in your career where a friend of yours takes you onto a boat, you're led to a room which has an older man in it, and then basically told to perform sexual acts and,
Oh, yeah. Perspective completely shifted, and I realized that I was in danger. But by the time I'd realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea. And it was that moment shook me and was shocking. And I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening. So it took me, I was shocked. It took me by surprise. And it was led by somebody that I had grown to trust. And
isn't that always the case?
Well, I mean, her mother was like basically pimping her out since she was a baby. So, she was told to shut up and take it by her mother. That's some fucked upness, which explains why she was messed up as to being a mother herself. Like, it's just very tragic. It's sad. It's so sad.
For years, we had always been fed. Again, we now understand how the propaganda machine works in a lot of ways, but for the longest time, we were always told that Michael Jackson was a pederast. And
I never really believed that, though. And I told you that many times in the past few years, long before any of this stuff came up.
Correct. But the thing that always struck me was how defensive Macaulay Culkin was of Michael Jackson. And this is a person who spent a lot of time with him. And Macaulay Culkin is somebody, much like Hayden Panettiere, was pushed into this world by his abusive father. He did it to all of his kids, but Macaulay obviously was the crown jewel. And of course, he ended up becoming the biggest child star of the late 80s and early 90s. And so for that reason, you look back now, let's definitely support that.
That's why I wanted to flag it. That's right. That's why I wanted to flag it. I didn't want to lose it. So guys, we're going to just mention the salon owner, Karimi Browse. So her name is Fatana Karimi, and her brow salon is Karimi Browse is in Old Town Alexandria. So guys, anybody in the Old Town Alexandria vicinity.
Jen and I have probably walked past this place when we were there a while back. When I took
I've been there a couple of times, but
put that half doorway.
I love that. But point being, guys, go support Karimi Browse if you're in Old Town.
If you're in the DC metro area, please find your way over there if you can. It would be very helpful. I think you're absolutely right. I think Hayden probably was abused many times.
Oh.
And
If she's talking about one instance, there were many. Many. There were instances that she probably doesn't even remember when she was really, really little, and things that she's been doing this since she was an infant. So I can't fathom.
Correct. And a lot of times they just happen to look away. Now, the reason why this is taking a major turn here, and we will continue with Hayden's commentary, is that now she's spilling the beans. This is completely different than rumors. This is, no, I'm not going to hide this. And by the way, I don't know if she mentions this in the interview or not, but the person in question that sexually assaulted her in this case is an Oscar winner. And it's an Oscar winner from a very specific time period, which means you can narrow it down to a very select few people.
So who do you? You know?
I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat has a couple of ideas.
And again, that's one of many.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And see as a protector and somebody who had my back, and to be walked down, down the stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise, and it was this very small room, and she physically put me in the bed next to this undressed man who was very famous, and had his hands like this, like this was just an average day for him. This is something that happens all the time. And I waited for her to leave, and I mean that lion in me, that fire in me, that my hair stood on end, and I became ferocious. I was like, this is not happening. But I had nowhere to hide, and I bolted, and I hid wherever I could think of to hide on a boat. There was no jumping off and swimming away, and there was nobody who was going to, I realized that there was nobody who was going to be empathetic to my situation, that this was nothing new to them.
I love everybody in the chat trying to figure it out. Guys, Spacey's into young boys.
Yeah, why would somebody say Kevin Spacey?
I mean, I'm not singing praises, but she's not his type. So I'm just saying that. But
yeah, definitely not. And she will.
And then the people saying Tom Hanks, it's kind of.
Hanks.
I've
heard things about Tom Hanks too, but again, you don't know. Again, like I said, you need.
Also, Sean Penn, nah. I could see him as being abusive to someone that he was with for sure. Because he definitely comes off belligerent and like he has like addiction.
Well, we heard about the things that he did to Madonna when the two of them were together.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me at all. But what she's describing, no. No. A
Chord Lord has to give got to give it up to a chord. That's a good one. Tom Hanky Pankies. That's a good one.
You've got Gene Hackman. I don't think so.
Woody
Allen.
Interesting.
Definitely not Denzel Washington. No.
Well, let me tell you a little something about the.
And she did say old person. She did say old person, and so this was back then, so it wouldn't have been. But yeah, no, Denzel. Denzel would never have gone to a Diddy party. No.
Denzel Washington is one of the rare people in Hollywood at that level who is regarded as somebody who is a honest and faithful operator to his wife. He does not party. He doesn't do any of that shit.
In fact, did, and he avoided all of I think that he something. There was a video somewhere somehow where he was in proximity to, I want to say it was like Diddy or whatever, and you saw like he walked right by him. Like not Denzel. No.
One thing I will never forget that must always be pointed out here.
Weinstein. I mean, that's
Weinstein. That's
what
possible.
I was. No, not De Niro. I don't see that at all.
No, she's really not my type. She's not my type.
No, not that. I just can't. People like that. I just feel like if it were someone, you would have heard so many things about De Niro by now that would be along those lines, and I haven't ever. I don't know. No, Polanski was already gone. He was already gone.
The reason why I'm highlighting Polanski is because this is a guy who, again, it is a known fact that he had anally raped a 13-year-old at his, and he drugged and then anally raped a 13-year-old at his, I guess, his house in Hollywood, and fled the country. And then he won the Oscar for The Pianist. Yeah, I'm sure. Why not? You don't want to know these people. These are not your friends. These are not your heroes, with very rare exceptions. Could have been. I mean, listen.
Hey, that one I wouldn't comment on. But the only thing is, she said old guy. And even then, to her, I don't think that's the right age differential. It would need to be somebody like, that's why I'm thinking somebody like Harvey Weinstein.
And here's the thing,
He said old guy.
Whether this is true or not, here's all you need to know about Leo or any of these other guys. Leo went to Diddy parties. That is a fact. They got pictures of him there.
Yeah.
So,
but Leo, I don't see as somebody, but Leo gets all these young girls. It's gross in and of itself. He doesn't, he wouldn't be sitting on a bed having to arrange for somebody to bring him her, right? That's something that Harvey Weinstein does.
But here's the, that's what okay, so James Blunt appears to be the person that they're suggesting is the one. Okay, so even if that's the case, here's the point. You do understand that most of these people all know this stuff. Brad Pitt knew that Harvey Weinstein was abusing Gwyneth Paltrow, and no one ever stopped it. And again, I'm not here to defend Gwyneth Paltrow because she doesn't, she's a Zio nut job to begin with. But at the same time, it is clear as day that they all know the score, and all of these people are protected. You know how many young starlets, if you will, have disappeared over the years that you've never heard of? And this is in all the entertainment industries. This is from movies, stage, all the way down to porn. They're here one day, they're gone the next day. That's how this works. It's a cesspool of a world.
No.
They're all, I kind of like how you're playing this guessing game about, who would.
Well, it's an Oscar. It says Oscar winner and something else though. Oscar winner and director. So that should limit it down to a lot. That should limit it, guys. If it's Oscar winner and director. Yeah. Well, apparently, so it's in her memoir. Apparently it was worth somebody taking her out for.
100%. Well, that's the thing. Now you got to wonder how much more obvious.
I don't think Tarantino's
got.
I don't think he's won.
No, but Tarantino's got a lot of skeletons in his closet.
I don't think he's won I don't think he's won. He's not won Best Actor.
Yes, no, but he won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for Pulp Fiction.
Right, but they're saying it was a Best Actor, Best Director Oscar, so that's not.
Yeah, no, so then it wouldn't be him.
No. And if Tony McAfee take his name out of your mouth in that.
No,
way.
you don't. We don't diss on Robert Redford here. That's
no. And by add no, and about no, whole lot of no.
I will say, as much knowledge as I have of the entertainment industry, Robert Redford may be the most handsome / charismatic actor.
Lila.
Lila, who, he's not. Okay. I trust you. You know a lot more than I do. I only know what I've been told, and not everybody knows, but you're a lot more on the inside. We have a fellow actress here who definitely can attest to whether or not.
He definitely cheats. All right. Well, cheating is not the same thing as
raping.
Graping, and is not the same thing as trafficking and Diddy partying. So those are different things. I can't.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that I think is very fair. And but again, as I said, you don't want to know these people. Lila can attest to it. Most people can attest to it, with very, and I do mean very rare exception. These are not good people. They're just not. You can enjoy their entertainment if you like it. But this is, again.
Both of those do seem like possibilities based on things I've heard about both of those people.
Yeah. And it is unfortunate. I think without question, you and I both have come to the conclusion that whatever they're telling us regarding Hayden's demise,
Early
don't believe it.
2000s. She's saying, Lila's saying this would have been early 2000s. So, and she said it was somebody, an older man. So I don't think it would
Oh,
be.
so she was a teenager at the time.
Yes.
A young
She was
teenager,
just
okay.
starting out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the whole point. And she's saying it was an older person, early 2000s. So, oh, Clint Eastwood, too old? No, but it would have been in the 2000s. Clint Eastwood.
Again, as I said, you don't know these guys. We only know
No.
them from a distance.
She was 18 years. Okay.
She was 18 at the time. Okay, so this was 18 years ago. Okay, so 2008.
Yeah. Guys, we all just need to, we should, you know.
All right, so go back to the Oscar winners prior to 2008. So 2007, back, I don't know, maybe a few years. Was that when, when Mystic River was 2003, 2004. So that's Sean Penn and
I'm going to go with Clint Eastwood, seems like.
Clint Eastwood?
Well, in terms of actor, director that was winning, yeah, he was 80 in 2008. He did Gran Torino. All right.
Yeah. Well, you
All
know,
right, guys, we're never going to necessarily be able to parse this out.
just remember Robert Wagner, who clearly was involved with Natalie Wood's demise. And, you know, I hate to say it, but I was on that boat too. It was a bad night, stuck at sea. I couldn't get off, nor could I pee. I wanted to go, but he told me to stay quiet. The rumors started. They suggested, maybe so, right or wrong, I was the one involved with Mr. Wagner.
All right, listen, I gotta
paused.
put chickens up, so we gotta wrap. And now your hair's
no
purple
telling.
again.
There's no telling why these people do what they do. But when you feel like you're untouchable, you end up thinking you're a Zionist.